Hi there. I hope you like this one. I actually spoke to the people about this one, and some years ago, so I know this is true. And there's a lot online, and it gets mocked a lot. But I've chased that up as well. Who's been mocking them online? It turns out they they possibly could be government workers anyway. So puts more um, decence to the story. I can see that does. Because let's be honest, we all know the government mocks things. They put set up sites, send them Facebook, YouTube. Somebody says they've seen something, and you get somebody ridiculed it. And mainly they are government employees, and that's what happened to about this one. But it probably one you've not heard before. So here goes. It happened in July. Hold on, I work a date here. I've got no memory. I haven't. July the 7th, 2006 in Hull. If you're not familiar with Hull, it's a city on the east coast of England. Uh, I say on the coast, quite a big city, to be honest. And it was a clear sky again, clear sky, and quite a few families saw this. It wasn't just one. You like this? This is honestly this is a really good one. Why it's not famous, I don't know. Because it should be like a wasp well, it should be one of these big ones. This, but because it was so popular, so sighted well in close proximity, and it anyway. I can't wait. Anyway, these families, quite a few families, sighted it, and there was six, not just one. There was six very bright lights, and there was changing lights, blue and what have you. And as they got lower down, much closer to proximity, they could see there was this shape. It was clear then. When they were further out, they were so bright they couldn't really see them. And that's the story we often get told. And they described it as the picture took pictures, yeah, and they all drawn the same thing. Anyway, as it got coming down, there were six of them. They described how they seemed to lose control, as if they had a plan when they were in the sky, but suddenly when they came down quite erratic, and then suddenly it splintered. One of the craft splintered into bits, and that's what's exciting. I've never heard this before. One splintered into bits and sheared everywhere and took off part of the roof of an house. And that was recorded and it was seen really quite well and what have you. But when you start looking at the media, it couldn't. I think it came on all paper or something. But Western media mocked it, but I don't know why because it really did exist. And that's just odd, isn't it? But anyway, so there were six of them, all bright lights, all men. And as it got closer to them, they could see there were disc shapes. Again, not very tall, not very so tall, not very big, 4 to 5 feet in diameter, and the one clearly shattered. They don't know why it shattered. It didn't hit anything as they were looking at it, but they were all flying erratic. One minute they're like smooth, coordinated, and suddenly as they got lower, they seemed to lose what they were doing. And then one just shattered into loads of bits and flew everywhere. And nobody's found in the bits, so as I know anyway. But great if they had. If they had, I haven't got them. And it was one or two of the houses and damaged the roofs. And that's basically all we were ever going to find about it. But what's interesting, in the same place, exactly the same place in all, 4 years later, another sighting. Now not the same people. I spoke to them, and some more families, but they wasn't sure. Some say four, some say six lights. So it was hard to ascertain because there wasn't moving accordingly in a nice fashion. So some say four lights, some say six lights. But this was 4 years later, after that sighting where one split up in exactly the same area. How about that? And they came down, and then it was only a few moments, a few minutes described, but they clearly saw them. Again, there's 3 to 4, 5 feet in diameter, very bright at first coming down, and they could see the glow as it got lower. How about that? And that's it all. The first sighting was 2006. I think the second sighting 2009, 2010, something like that. So yeah, but the thing where it splintered off and hit the roof. How about that? You know, and what do we class that as a crash? I would. I mean, I'm going to put on here as a UFO crash because it did. But what made it crash? Well, it's interesting, because on the east coast of England, there's all sorts going on. They've got air bases and early warning stuff. There's all sorts of different weaponry on that coast. So maybe it's something interfered it, and it's on the east coast, where one of the UFOs hit a wind vane, and I don't know if I told this story. I will. I'll do it next. Can't remember the dates on, but that's on the same coast. It's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, true story. Yeah, 100%. Gets mocked though. Gets mocked a lot. I don't know why, but I think it's government people sometimes, and people join onto it. But a bit silly, really. I've met the people, yeah, 100%. But why did it split up? If anybody's got any ideas, I haven't. I ain't got no. Maybe something to do with what was round. I have a feeling it was shot down. If I'm honest, yeah. It's getting a bit too close to what's around there. Because let's be honest, we've got serious stories as well in this country. I'm pretty sure little green men up there's got some serious stories, but we've got them down here as well. So, and it's probably shut it down. But it's odd though, why 3 to 4 years later, sorry, in the same proximity of space, another 4 to 6 came down. What is in that area to attract them? What's in all? I know when all it's got a huge cavern where they put the gas. I think it's the largest one in Europe or Wales. Don't quote me on it. If I were told, somebody lives up there, it's a huge, great big space underground, and I think they fill it up with gas when the ships come in. It's just a natural cavern, and they fill it up with gas, basically, to power the homes and what have you. Is it something to do with that natural cavern or something? Is there more caverns down there? They put something in? We don't know. We wouldn't, would we? I mean, if it's that big to put gas in, what else is under the ground? There's something these extraterrestrials was interested in. They didn't go visiting all shopping centres, did they? What they were doing, and why did one get blasted to bits? Interesting, isn't it? But it's good. 2009 July, 2006, 2009, 2010. The next sighting. Yeah, I hope you like that story. It's a true story. And it's one of my favourite ones. If you want more on it, I'll bring more. I can't name the people. It's 100% not. I never do that anyway. But I hope you like that. But yeah, interesting, isn't it? Anyway, God bless you. Thank you for listening.